Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. In this part I'm gonna show you how can we work with Flutter Slidable. Okay, so this is a package where we can add this left to right slidable option, and we can add different kind of actions. For instance, we can add delete functionality and many other features. Okay, so in this part I'm gonna show you all of these things. So before jump into the coding section, let me clarify something. I have a couple of courses on Udemy. If you go to this Udemy and if you search here YDC, then you will be able to see all of my courses. As of now I have 11 courses. So this is my channel, this is my Udemy profile, where you will be able to see bunch of courses. And if you want any free coupon of any of my courses, you can join to my Facebook group, and you will get the Facebook group link in description below. Okay, now let's move on to the coding section. So first we need to create a new project. As you can see that I have already created a new project, and this is an empty project. Therefore I'm gonna remove all of this auto generate code so that we can start it from the very beginning. So import, we need to add material dart, and in the main dot file I'm gonna add void main, and in here we need to add our run app, and this one is going to be the new material app. And inside this material app we will have to write our home keyword, and in here we will have to mention our class name, in here we will have to mention our class name. It means which class we want to show when user will open this application. As of now we do not have any others classes, therefore I'm gonna create a new dart file, and I can say this home. And in here first we need to import our material dart, and now import this stateful widget, and over here you need to define your class that is called home, or you can choose any class name whatever you want. Now in here first we need to import this home.dat file so that we can access this home class, and in here we need to add our home. Alright, so our application is set. Now in here we need to add our scaffold widget. Okay, so inside the scaffold widget we will have to write all of this code whatever we want to add. But before jump into the more coding section, first we need to install this package inside our project. So go to this Flutter Slidable and go to this installing, and in here you will see the dependencies. So copy these dependencies and open your pub/sp.yml, and after this cappuccino icon paste it here and go back to your home and flutter package get, and we got exit code 0. It means our package has been installed successfully. We do not have any error. And we also need to import our this one on top of this class. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So first let me define our app bar. So app bar is going to be the app bar, and inside this app bar we need to add the title. Title is going to be a text, and in here we need to say, you can say Flutter Slidable. Choose a background color. I can say background color is going to be colors dot of amber will be the good for this one. So if I run it, okay, we need to run it instead of doing hot reload. So before that, and let me explain you something. So what we are gonna do, so we will create a list view, and inside the list view we will have to write all of these things. So if you read all of their articles here, you will understand everything on how and what we need to implement. Okay, so even though they have also a couple of demo source code. Okay, so in here you will be able to find out everything whatever you need. Alright, so this is the application where we can see this Flutter Slidable. It means it is working perfectly. And now we need to add our body part, where we will add our list view. So add a list view, and inside this list view, okay, we can do this many different way. So instead of using list view, it will be a good thing if we use list view.builder. And this list view.builder takes two parameter itself. It means it has one parameter that is called item count. We can say item count 50, and we need to add item builder as well. And this item builder contains two parameter itself. One is context and another one is index. Alright, let me format the code. So control Alt L. Okay, this code has formatted, and in here we need to add our slidable. Alright, so for adding a slidable, we need to return our slidable. Okay, we need to return this text, so this one, and inside this slidable we will have to write our action pane and all of these things whatever we want to add. And inside this we will also able to add a child where we will design our data. So let's return slidable, and inside this slidable, and it is saying that it need two mandatory parameter. One is action pane and another one is child. Okay, so first we need to learn what is action pane. So in here we will be able to see this action pane, slidable action pane. So I'm going to copy this one and paste it here. And alright, and in here you will be able to see the child and container whatever you want, and it has two types of actions. One is normal actions. If we use these actions, then our icon will start from the left side. And let me copy these actions from here. So these actions, so these actions is a widget, and inside this widget we need to add icon slider action, and then need to add the caption, then color, icon, and ontf. So we do not need to add any ontf, therefore I'm gonna remove this ontf, and I'm gonna remove this ontf as well. Alright, so it has two types of actions. One is for actions and another one is for secondary action. Secondary action means it will open from the right side, and for normal action widget it will open from the left side. Okay, again I'm gonna remove this ontf from here and from ontf from here. Alright, so now we have another mandatory field, another mandatory parameter that we need to add here, that is called child. Okay, so child is going to be a container, and inside this container we will have to write all of our code. So let's say child text, and I can say here item data, and we can pass here our index position. Hope it will work. So I am passing the index position here. There is this index position, and so that after this item data we can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 till 50. As we have mentioned here, we will count item 50. Okay, and for each and every item we should see this this slidable option. Okay, so let me run it again. Let's see if we can see it, and here you go, we can see it. And if I swap it, then we can see this button, this icon, and for this one I can also see this one, but it looks really bad. Okay, as we have not designed anything. So I'm gonna add a padding, little bit of padding here. So add the text, okay, so let me add padding for this container. Padding is going to be as insert all, we can say 30.0. now to hot reload, now we should see it. Okay, now we can see a little bit space, and now if I do it, here we go, now we can see this delete and this more. Okay, and for the right side we can see this archive and this share. All right, so for each and every item we will be able to see it, and if you want you can do this thing. Okay, you can take action, and let me change the color. So let's say instead of saying blue we can say this amber color, and for this one instead of saying do you have any black color? Okay, we do have a black color, and this is the color, and horizon we can say that purple, deep purple, and this one we can say this orange color, deep orange. So run it, and here you go, we can see. Alright, so it has slidable action plane, so it has some other action panel as well. So we can say this slidable behind action pen. So this is another action pen. This is called slidable behind action pen. Let's see if we use it, then what can we see. So for this, so it will open from the top. Okay, see, there is a difference. We can open it and see. Alright, so we have learned how to do this thing. Now the thing is that now we need to cover how can we remove this item from our UI when user will do swap. So for that we need to use our, so if we scroll down, then we will see that there is some field that is called, okay, so here it is. So we need to use this dismiss, slidable dismiss. So I'm gonna copy this code, and remember that inside this slidable you will have to use it. Okay, you can paste it anywhere, but you should paste it inside this slidable, otherwise your code won't work. And now I'm gonna paste it, and it has a couple of other things. So for instance, that instance we don't need to have this one, and we don't need to have the show dialog. So I'm gonna remove this one, even though I don't need to have this on pressed. So this dismissible slidable dismiss, so it will work. Now let me run it again. Okay, so it gives us an error because, and it is saying that we must need to provide a set. Okay, so the thing is that in here we need to add key so that this slidable can understand which value we want to remove. So for that we need to add a key, and key has a value parameter, value key, and in here we need to pass our index position. Okay, now if I run it, so it should work now. See, now see, and if I do it, if I slide it this way, and here we go, it is deleted. See, we can delete it. See, we can delete it, and we can delete this one, and we can delete each and every one, whatever we want. But it is not, it will only delete from the UI. So let's do one thing. If you want to add the refresh indicator, then how can we do this? To add a refresh indicator inside our application, we need to work in this way. So first, inside this home state, we need to create a feature, and the feature type is null, and in here we need to write a parameter. We need to write a function name. So we can say get refresh, and inside this, and we must need to use this async keyword here. Alright, so now in here we need to add a wait, and future.delete. I'm gonna add the duration, and duration is going to be seconds, so you can say seconds 3. Now run it, and if I, okay, so now we cannot see the refresh indicator because we have not added our refresh indicator inside our UI, therefore we can't see it. So the main rules is that if we want to add refresh indicator, then we must need to wrap the whole UI that we want to show using this refresh indicator. So I'm gonna click on the list view builder so that we can wrap with the new widget, and our widget name is refresh indicator. So this refresh indicator takes two parameters itself. First one is on refresh, that is our get refresh, that the function name that we have created, and second parameter is child that we have already. So now if I run it, then, and if I see, we can see this refresh indicator here, and after 3 seconds, it will remove. Okay, so let me delete some data. Okay, now we got an error, and if I do this refresh indicator, and okay, so it cannot take the whole data because inside this onset we have not added anything. So after removing our data from our UI, it is giving us an error, and the reason is that in here we need to add some condition. Okay, so if you want to change the refresh indicator color, then you can do it this way. So inside this refresh indicator, after this on refresh or before this on refresh, you can add the color, and I'm sorry, color, it has two parameters. One is background color. Background color means the background color, and this color is going to be colors dot, we can say, amber color, and for color it will be the color of this, sorry, we should add colors dot, we can say, black or green, whatever you want, and run it. And here you go, you can see our background color of our refresh indicator has been changed, and that is just because of we have added this background color and color over here. All right, and in here we have mentioned these 3 seconds because we want to refresh our whole UI within these 3 seconds. If you want to add a little bit more, then you can change it to 5, 6, 10, whatever you want. Then your refresh indicator will stay till your selected duration. Okay, so that's it for this part. We'll continue it from our next part. Thank you.